everyone, this is Beth Andy Stockdale live from your Total Body Wellness Center for Supercharge Your Health, and I'm here with
Suzanne Van Drost with Discount Med Direct.
And for the first time on our Supercharge podcast YouTube video, we have a guest today. Woohoo! And his name is Doug Mollo.
Correct.
And we are going to be talking all about Moringa. So for those of you that have been using Moringa, or some of you have no idea what we're talking about, this is the show for you. So I am going to just be asking you some simple questions and then turn the mic over to you. But first things first, what is Moringa?
Hi, thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys. Moringa is a leaf that grows on a tree. Right here we have an example of it. It's a pear-shaped leaf, and it grows almost like a weed, which is amazing. And it's used all around the world. Only about 6%, maybe 7% of the U.S. population even know it exists. But in the world populations, they almost use it on a 90% level on a daily basis. Right now, it's grown a lot in India for malnutrition children. It's become like a superfood solution for malnutrition children. What's interesting, it's so packed with nutrients that not only does it help malnutrition children, but we have a huge child obesity problem here. So here's a miracle tree, and I call it the miracle tree, which it's known as, and it has many names, but something that can stop child obesity as well as help starving people. So it's kind of interesting plant, really interesting.
So you said it grows like a weed?
Well, it grows as fast as a weed. The more you prune it, the more it grows. Within a 2 to 3 week, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, what you've taken off has come back. So it's really resistant. It loves heat. It doesn't need a lot of water. The roots go 30 feet deep, and it'll grow 30 feet high if you let it. You can keep it low and use it as a bush, and continue to prune it and use it that way. So we advocate home use, home growing as well, because why not? It's great on salads, everything. You can dry out the leaves, and whatever you're growing is always better than what you're buying.
Now, what are some of the health benefits?
They're really endless, and I hate to say it's like, a snake oil, so to speak, but if there ever was one, this would be it. I mean, metabolism, skin, nail and hair, digestive, colon issues, because the tree, every part of it is medicinal, right? So the leaves harvest all this nutrients, but the seeds themselves are amazing. Actually, I have some for you.
I was going to say, go ahead and eat it.
And I brought some seeds, and if you take the husk off the seed, it's like a little styrofoam seed inside, and if I gave it to you and you started to chew it, it would be very bitter, right? But by the time we stop talking, it would turn sweet. It actually kills the bacteria in the mouth. There's a Bible verse that says something like, use the tree to purify the water. And I believe this is the tree.
We had talked last week, right? And you had told me.
Yeah, that they take the pods, the seed pods, and they take the pods and they put them in like river water or whatever, and that will, in like a 24-hour period, completely purify that water, and it's safe for people to drink. So if you're going on Survivor, take yourself some Moringa seed pods with you. I don't know if they let you do that, but
it's true. So it's pretty funny. The seeds, we use them and we press the seeds to create Moringa oil. So now the oil is off the charts. Vitamin C, A, D, omega-3s, omega-6, omega-9, unheard of in one particular oil. Incredible viscosity. Ironically enough, the oil is an incredible lubricant, and we do a lot of that for intimacy kind of lubricant, because it not only is organic. Yeah, good to know, right? Is this a childproof show?
I can always make it
Well, the reason
we'll talk about that.
The reason is because we have it's a healing property and organic, and it's obviously not only edible, but it's really a great thing to ingest. So the Moringa oil can be used topically for your skin. It's great aftershave for men. It gets rid of all abrasions, cuts, bruises, those kinds of things. Great topical emollient, but it's great ingesting because it really heals, because of the properties from seeds, heals the colon and the stomach and a lot of stomach issues that are very difficult to heal sometimes. We find Moringa can do it. People that have diatromaculitis or have polyps in their colon, we've actually found that it actually reduces some of that, which is unheard of as well. So the oil itself is internal and topical and has so many uses. So that's the leaf and then the seed. And then the flowers can be dried, and they're delicious. They're sweet, and they have medicinal properties as well. So the whole plant, even the root, which has to be used specifically by a holistic practitioner to heal certain things, but the whole tree is medicinal. So.
Now, I thought they used the root to make tea with.
I'm sorry, I'm grabbing my water.
At this point, I'll do the legal disclaimer that we're not gonna make any medical issues, none of us are doctors.
Yes.
This is all just general information.
Please consult your doctor for any specific ailments.
Yes, I
We're
would
not
second
making
that.
any medical claims, no medical
Oh my
claims.
God.
But there's a lot of benefits.
There are benefits.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your company and about the moringa that you use.
Okay, thank you. Our moringa is USA grown, and that is really, really important.
Why is that?
It's important because most of the moringa comes out, some out of Brazil, but most comes out of either the Philippines or India. And when I started this company, I didn't know anything about moringa. It's kind of a long story I won't
Keep
get
talking.
into. But I looked for moringa. I said, this is interesting. I want this for myself and my children. But I started to research it, and I got dossiers of information from growers in India and so forth, and they sent over everything, government documents, but I still couldn't quantify the organic content because I didn't really know how it was handled. What happens is when moringa comes in the country from anywhere, it has to be radiated. The FDA has to do that. So it's radiated, that reduces nutritional value. Then temperature fluctuations in transport also influence the value of the product. And then I cannot quantify how it's organically handled. And so I would get moringa for India, and I'd be like, wait a minute, this doesn't look like it's supposed to. Right away, just by looking at the color, you can tell the difference. But then I'd find it was grainy because there was like dirt in it because they lay it out on big tarps or whatever to dry it. Then there's companies in the U.S. There's a network marketing company that they're not a big fan of me because of my blog. But
We're not going to mention any names.
not mentioning names. But they have something called flash drying and only Filipino moringa, and they say Filipino moringa is the best. Well, that may be in the Philippines, right?
Right.
Right.
But the flash drying is great for the company. It's not great for us. It has to be dried at a 6% humidity over a 74 or 72-hour period to get the optimal nutrition out of it. And our moringa, not only is it USA grown, so right there, we have the best moringa in the country, I believe, in the world, because we've crossbred the seeds for so many years. It's not unlike cannabis, where they get the best hybrid. We've
There
done
you go.
that.
Makes sense.
So we start with the best, but then we process it in a special way. We have a patented way of blowing through screens, small and small particles, so there's no friction, because all the other moringa is stone ground. And so when you stone grind, you get friction. So all these different ways that are handled overseas do not happen here, and everything we do here actually elevates the quality of moringa we have already.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So Doug brought a plant. Also, I don't know if you can see, this is just the
closer.
dried.
Well, I can zoom in on you.
You can zoom in there. Okay, so here's some of the dried moringa, and then with your products, some of your products are capsules.
Correct, yeah.
And that's basically what's in the capsules.
Yep.
don't think
This
we
is
can see the case.
our capsule is called Pure Moringa because it's our pure moringa. We also
Yeah.
provide it, like many other people
Yeah.
do, in quarter-pound, half-pound bags. If you want to use it for smoothies, it's great in yogurt. My breakfast is oatmeal, turmeric, beet powder, cinnamon, moringa powder, organic honey, and then coconut milk. And that is an awesome breakfast of champions. So start that way, you're going to have a good day.
And tell us about some of the different blends that you have.
Right. Well, my company, when I started it, I really wanted to kind of do everything in nutrition. I'm anti-pharma. I know we need it some places, but my goal was to help people get help with diabetes, heart disease, ADHD, PTSD, cognitive awareness. So I work with a shaman who has been the grower of this particular moringa for many, many years, 20 years. And he worked in the rainforest with shamans for 4, 5, 6 years. And so we have blends we put together. Everything we have is a moringa baseline. It all starts with some volume of moringa, and then we add herbs to it to depend on what the particular issue we're trying to help is.
Okay.
Right.
So right now I have a pure and a more.
More power.
So
It's kind of cute. We do more like moringa on all of our names, you know. More of this, more of that, right? But the more power is a cognitive enhancement. It's great for Alzheimer's, for ADHD. Oddly enough, it's an energy formula too, which is interesting that it works for ADHD, but it really does. This combination is great for ADHD. But it's an energy formula. It's non-jittery. There's no caffeine, no guarana. It's very clean energy, and it starts from the brain. So you use this at night. You can go to sleep when you want. When you wake up, your brain's going, but you're tired, so you get up and have your moringa, and you're good to go and start the cycle again.
So, as a brain health coach that I am, it's a very important that you have a blend that will enhance cognitive ability without the caffeine. And, you know, I don't know if I've said it yet on this program, but once I began my studies as a brain health coach, I determined that I have adult ADD. And now I can look back on my childhood and see where it was rearing its ugly head all along and nobody paid attention because we didn't know, especially with women. They don't have the hyperactivity. There's like 6 different types of ADD, and specifically with women, we don't have that hyperactivity, so we don't draw attention to ourselves, but it's more of an over-focused or an inattentive type ADD. So when you said that it improves your cognitive ability without the caffeine stimulant in it, basically what it's doing is it's stimulating the prefrontal cortex that tends to drop with folks with ADD. When we try to concentrate, the prefrontal cortex drops and we can't make decisions and we can't focus and we get overwhelmed. So that's why this being, I don't want to use the word stimulant, but it encourages the prefrontal cortex, it raises it up and boosts it up so that you can make those better decisions.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like.
There you go.
I have an interesting story from my journey that goes along with that whole ADD thing
Go ahead.
from this past week.
Okay.
As everyone knows, I am taking a brain supplement that Beth recommended for me.
Right.
And I think actually it was the day that I was here. And I came in and I couldn't take my supplements before because it was getting weighed in. So I put them in a container, had them with me, got back to the office, totally forgot about taking them. Didn't take them all day. By the end of the day, I was just like irritated with everyone. I was just like, that's it, I'm done. I'm firing all of my employees. I'm getting rid of that guy. I'm like, I'm done. I'm just done with everybody. Close this door, I'm done. And then I got home and I started thinking about things and I'm like, I didn't take my supplement today.
Right.
And so the next day I got up and I took it because, of course, I didn't want to take the energy one when I was getting ready to go to bed. Got up and took it the next day and my outlook went back to normal. I decided that I could keep everyone around and didn't have to get rid of everyone. But that was a very interesting for me in this journey to see that how much it affected my mood just in one day of not taking them.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, wow, I gotta not miss those anymore. So
Yeah, when you have parts of your brain that are overactive and you get overwhelmed, that's part of it.
well, and you know what's been going on in my work stuff, so.
Right, and it's the focus and energy that Suzanne is taking from the Brain MD that helps to boost her dopamine. So that's primarily what she's taking right now that she was referring to.
Yeah, I wanted to just say something about what you said. I mean, it's very interesting. I always tell people that, you know, how you're going to react is different than how somebody reacts to herbs. They're
Well, and I
different.
do take Moringa as well, and I didn't take my Moringa that
Right.
day either.
You
It was all in the same container.
It was a perfect storm for you then.
Yeah.
No moringa, no dopamine.
And it's not, I guess it's not odd. I say oddly enough, but it's not. I mean, I do find that people who are not very healthy that start taking immediately feel the effect, and those that aren't very healthy, sometimes they don't feel it at all. And what I do is I say, let's do a reverse. Why don't you stop?
Yeah.
Stop for a couple of days.
Stop.
And they stop and they're like, oh my God, I can't function. And I'm like, okay, so you didn't realize it. It's like having aromatherapy and you smell it every day and then you go, I don't smell anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like that, but different. So that's very important that you know that people react differently and different body functions. If you're an energetic, high energy person, you're not really going to notice that your energy is higher because you're already there until you stop taking it. And then the cognitive effects and so forth. But
Well, and I was just surprised that quickly it affected me, you know, like it was, because it was literally just that one morning that I didn't take them and all that day. And I was really surprised how quickly I noticed it. But that might have to do with the detoxing and stuff, because I had been here and detoxed and then didn't take it. So.
Right, exactly.
Got rid of everything that was already there before and then didn't take any more to replace it.
And that's an important point to make. When you're starting like a weight loss journey or any kind of a detoxification journey, it's going to take a few weeks and you're going to feel worse before you feel better. As all those toxins are coming out of your body, you're going to feel worse, and all of a sudden you're going to go, wow, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Then when you start feeling better, any little toxin that you put in your body, your body's going to say, why did you do that? I don't feel good now. You know, and so that's why you really have to pay attention. You know, it's those symptoms that we kind of take for granted. It's bloating, it's gas, it's diarrhea, it's constipation, it's headaches. Those are little signs that your body's telling you, fatigue, yes. Those are signs that your body's telling you, hey, I don't like what you just put in me. You know, I'm sensitive to it. I'm having a reaction to it. Stop it. You know, so we really have to start paying attention. So with the Moringa, how do people get a hold of you? If they're interested in the products, what do they do?
Thank you. I have a bunch of different websites. I get called the Moringa expert. I mean, I guess when you do something long enough, all of a sudden you're an expert, right? So I have, if people want to know about my story and more about Moringa and how our company started and what we do and why we're different, you can go to moringaexpert.com. That's a little bit more about me. And then I have two websites, moringahealthrx .com, and then our shopping cart website, which has a ton of information, is moringabenefits.org. So moringabenefits.org and moringahealthrx.com. We have other products. I have the oil. I didn't bring it out to you. That's amazing. But we have another interesting story. We have a rainforest blend. It has 53 different oils from the rainforest. And FISA offered us quite a bit of money. I'm sorry, can I say that name? I have to edit. Quite a bit of money. I'll definitely cut that out. To get this formulation. And why did they do that? Because they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't take it. And the reason is that at least 6 of those ingredients, they just don't actually exist. There's no textbook name for them. It's only the shamans in the rainforest, the people we work with, and we would never jeopardize their life and who they are. But it's only a topical oil, but unbelievable for tendinitis. And I know a lot of people suffer with that. It's really hard to get rid of. Tendinitis, neuropathy, muscular problems for athletes and so forth, but also open wounds, and some very stubborn open wounds like Mercer sores that are very like festering big sores, had amazing miracle healings with those. So it's a really interesting oil. We have that. Some of our other formulations are Maca Carcasia. You probably know Maca, right? What people don't necessarily know about Maca is that there's 3 types. There's a white Maca, a red Maca, and a black Maca. And I make a joke that I probably shouldn't make, but if you take black maca, you buy careful out, you put holes in the walls, we tell guys, so for those guys. But it's very, very potent. So we use a 10% blend of maca, black maca, and then a percentage of red, and then the white. It's really yellow, but they call it a white maca. So our Carcasia on maca blend is a blend of macas, which is very important because we have very, very potent maca in there. And then Carcasia is unbelievable for kidney, liver, and pancreas, which is one of the great things of all the lists of what Moringa does, liver and kidney. But the Carcasia excels in the pancreas. And there haven't been studies, but there's a lot of proof to indicate as our pancreas gets older, the cell structure stops reproducing itself, and especially in diabetics. And I know you have a heart for diabetics.
Right.
And I do as well. And the Carcasia actually, at any age, will start to kickstart the cell wall of the pancreas again, which is remarkable if it's true. And again, I believe it to be true. So I use it. So that's a blend, Maca Carcasia. It's really an energy formula. Also libido, but really, again, you know that is circulation, which is great for everybody. And then we have MPAC, which is our specific diabetes formula. And we have people say C is coming down in literally 1 to 2 weeks and start to get off medications. And again, not prescribing that anybody gets off medications. No, but your CBD you have is great for your dog.
Yeah, you know? And I've been giving her that, but we just found out our dog was diabetic not too long ago. So
again, it's moringabenefits.org is and some of our other products. We have quite a bit of formulations, but those are the key ones that I recommend.
Great. Thank you so much for being here. Suzanne, do you have any other questions?
No, but we will make sure we get all your contact information and include it with the videos and stuff, so if people want to get in touch with you.
Yeah, and we're local in Florida. I'm on the East Coast in Palm Beach Gardens, but most of our growing is done in Florida. And then we have different farms that we hire for people's farms that we get. We actually put people in the growing business, and then we buy back from them. So we have 380 acres pretty much, and that's how we have so many. We don't own them all ourselves, but we help people get into the Moringa business, so it's kind of interesting.
Well, I really appreciate you coming over from the East Coast.
Yeah, right.
The timing was just perfect. That you were coming over to the West Coast anyway. And thank you for the plant.
You're welcome.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Again, if you have any questions about Moringa, or you have any questions for Doug or for us, how do they get in touch with us?
info@healthsupercharge.com is our email. You can also go to our website which is healthsupercharge.com, or you can tag us in any of the videos or podcasts, and we'll be happy to get back with you. Or you can go to our Facebook page, which is superchargerhealth.com.
There you go. And thank you, everyone. And that was another episode of Supercharge Your Health.
Thanks, guys.